Welcome to the Idaho Center in Nampa, Idaho, the site for this evening's NAIA Division II National Championship basketball game. Good evening, everyone. I'm Larry Manili to call tonight's game, and joined by Brian King, a former star basketball player at Boise State University, a native of Oregon, and like most of the several thousand fans, very familiar with Oregon Tech, a member of the Cascade Conference, the same league that host Northwest Nazarene and rival Albertson College play in.
Oregon Tech, Larry, very good basketball team. 7 or 8 hours down the road. Great guard play, a couple of big guys inside. This is going to be a real fun basketball game tonight.
One guy to watch on the Oregon Tech side is Kevin Carlston. He really has been lighting it up.
Yeah, Carlston is definitely a good player, great shooter. If you leave him open, he's probably going to penalize you. It's going to be interesting to see if they can stop him.
Oregon Tech will probably have a little bit of the home crowd advantage as an area team, but certainly Bethel is used to that kind of pressure. They are the defending champions. This will be their 4th appearance in the title game.
Bethel's got a few people here themselves. I think they're going to be wild and crazy tonight. Fun basketball game on hand tonight.
And they're led, of course, by Rico Swanson, MVP of this tournament a year ago.
Well, he has really impressed the people of Idaho with his play. This guy can take it to the hole. He can shoot the jump shot. Oregon Tech's going to have their hands full with this guy.
Biggest event of the year in small college basketball. The opening tip coming up. And the starting lineups being introduced now. We'll join the arena announcer for the introduction of the Oregon Tech Hustlin' Owls. Kevin Carlston first on the floor, greeted by his counterpart from Bethel, Michael Edison.
For the Lions, a 6-foot junior from North Judson, number 15, Ryan Bales. For the Owls, a 6-foot 8-inch junior forward from Laurel, Oregon, number 45, Bob Townsend. And for the Lions, a 6-foot 6-inch senior center from Red Rock, Michigan, number 33, Jeff Hudson. For the Owls, a 6'7" senior center from Perth, Australia, number 51, Matt Boston. And for the Lions, a 6'9" sophomore center from Bloomington, Indiana, number 55, Eric Brown.
The Oregon Tech Hustlin' Owls, coached by Dan Miles in his 27th season. 567 wins, 284 losses. He is number 1 among Division II NAIA coaches. His counterpart from Bethel, Mike Lightfoot, who's only won 306 games in 10-plus seasons and taken his team to the national championship 4 times in his 10 years. And we're joined by a not-so-disinterested observer tonight as well, Dennis Engbrecht, the senior vice president from Bethel College, and I guess a little bit of that churning in the stomach area as you watch the Pilots come out to defend their championship.
Yeah, it's happening, Larry, but we're excited to be here. This is where you want to be if you're in small college basketball.
We are just about ready to tip it off now. Defending national champion Bethel wearing white. And the Northwest favorite, Oregon Tech, in blue. Eric Brand to jump it up for Bethel against Matt Foster. Pilots quickly. And I guess if there's anything that will describe tonight's game, Brian, it will be the word quick.
Yeah, these guys are going to get it up and down the basketball floor.
Matt Foster picks up the foul. 6'7" senior out of Perth, Australia. And the Pilots will inbound. Opening minute of play. Jeff Hobson with the first basket of the night.
That's a key basket for the Pilots. Hobson's got to score tonight if the Pilots are going to be in this game.
There, we talked about quick play. We saw 2 passes and 2 shots in that first possession.
Josh Conrad's shot off the mark. Rebounded by Foster.
Larry, Bethel's been out-rebounded in all 4 games, minus the last one. They've got to hit the boards.
Saif Abdur Rahman gets Oregon Tech on the board. He was the newcomer of the year in the Cascade Conference. Even at 2, just over a minute gone. Opening half here in Nampa, Idaho. Division II NAIA National Championship on the line.
It really looks like Oregon Tech is going to try to slow Bethel down a little bit, a little half-court basketball, make them play defense.
Bob Townsend.
That's where the big guy can hurt you. He can step out and hit that 21-footer as easy as he can hit the 2-footer.
Rico Swanson for 3 off the mark. Owls running the floor. And Conrad gives Oregon Tech a 6-2 early lead.
This has been the Pilots' trend in this tournament, is to get down early and have to dig out of a hole. I'm sure they don't want to get in a deep hole tonight.
Eric Brand with his first basket, averaging almost 21 a game in the 4-game tournament so far. Foster, rebounded by Swanson. Brian Bales, and a great save by Michael Edison.
I can barely keep up with these guys. They are moving around.
It's going to be this way all night.
Foster shoots the air ball, but Conrad picks it off.
This is where the Pilots have got to step it up on the rebounding. They've got to hit those boards.
Yeah, Dennis, you're right. Oregon Tech is big and physical, and Bethel is going to have to get a body on these guys.
Foster taking it inside, a foul called.
Looks like maybe both teams a little bit nervous, maybe not taking quite as much time on the jump shots as they need to, but you know, this is a national championship basketball game, and I think that's going to come here in a little bit.
Foul is on Eric Brand, his first.
You've really got to be impressed with Oregon Tech's willingness to put their big men on the outside to take that shot. 43, Bob Townsend's good outside shooter as they have, and he stands 6'8".
Yeah, you know, Dennis, in today's shoot-around, Oregon Tech really was adamant about making Bethel come out and guard the big guys on the perimeter.
Right.
Well, and you see a guy like Townsend, a guy who is 6'8" with a shooting percentage of 58%. Most big men who have that kind of a number are shooting 6 and 5 and 4 foot bankers from inside the painted area. But as you say, he is stepping outside.
Great out of bounds play by Bethel. That's one of the oldest plays in the book, and they just ran it to perfection.
Hey, they run that about 2 or 3 times a game.
That's Ryan Thomas. Eric Brand. Brand with 4.
Dennis, there's the turnovers we talked about earlier. Bethel needs to create turnovers and get some easy baskets.
A lot of steals. They've got to have steals in this game to win. They're not going to beat them on the boards. They've got to have steals.
Bales for 3, and the Pilots have their first lead at 9-8.
Pilots aren't pressing yet. They're going to wait till the appropriate moment. Hey, there we go. There's some pressure.
Looks like they're kind of laying in the weeds a little bit.
Yeah, they are.
They're just waiting for that right moment to come at you.
Edison unlucky. Timeout on the floor. We played just over 4 minutes. Bethel up 9-8 in the early going. Ryan Bales' three-pointer bringing about the timeout and also the Pilots' 9-8 advantage. 15:57 left first half here. And there's that Pilot pressure.
I think that's the 3rd turnover we've created.
And Eric Brand jams it home on a great feed.
That's a high percentage shot.
Yeah, Bethel does not hesitate getting up the floor. These guys know how to run the lanes. They know how to fill it.
It's an interesting match down here with Abdur Rahman and Rico Swanson.
Yeah, I think I may favor Oregon Tech in that matchup.
That's right.
Oh. Boy, he has got a soft jump shot.
Matt Foster has 4. Edison just short with a reverse layup.
I think Oregon Tech looks a little tired here in the early going. Maybe the 3 or 4 games they've played here is taking a strain on them.
Foster sharp in the early going. He has 6, and Oregon Tech up 12-11.
He's the leading scorer for Oregon Tech. The Pilots are going to have to find a way to shut him down.
Well, Oregon Tech's still in their man-to-man, and we talked earlier, they typically prefer to play zone.
Bales with his second tray. A nice hustle effort there by Eric Brand and knocked the ball out of bounds to save a layup for the Pilots.
Ryan Bales shoots that 3 off the pass as good as anybody I've seen, and he's a key to the offense. If he gets the ball open, he's gonna score more times than not.
Well, he is certainly heated up. There's 2 picture-perfect jump shots in a row by him.
Oregon Tech controlling the rebound so far with a 7-2 advantage. That's Jamie Hamrickson, a 6'5" junior out of Medford who's checked in, hits the three-pointer, and Oregon Tech back on top. Brand with another jam.
There's a steal right off the pass. Watson's into the game. Ryan's had a great tournament so far. He's been 3rd leading scorer coming off the bench.
Thompson adds a tray, and Oregon Tech opens an 18-16 advantage.
Guys, this is some quality basketball here. Both teams are playing hard. They're shooting the jump shots well.
Swanson has his layup knocked away. Pilots retain possession.
Larry Rico normally penetrates more than he has in this tournament, but they haven't given him that shot. So he's been pulling up and hitting the 8-10 foot shot with great accuracy.
We can see right here, Rico's going to the hole, but we just get a hand up and swat that away.
Yep.
Swanson, a terrific all-around athlete, a football recruit, and not just a recruit, recruited by Florida, Florida State, and Nebraska. Swanson in with a big timber. Pilots not able to find the mark.
They're getting some rebounds.
But they're starting to hit the boards. There's Swanson for three.
There he goes. He's getting warmed up. Here comes Oregon Tech right back at him. No time to rest.
And a travel.
I'm out of breath.
I'm out of breath. I can't follow these guys. Wow.
This pace is, I think, in Bethel's favor. This is the kind of pace they want for the game. They don't want to get in a half-court game.
Right, I think I would agree with you.
And both coaches have said that they'll only go 7 or 8 deep. At this pace, that's really amazing. It's a testament to the conditioning of these players.
Yeah, the physical condition of these guys out here is just tremendous. Oregon Tech switched up into the zone that time for a little different look. Didn't seem to help.
J.D. Hirschberger knocks one down. 21-18 Bethel.
J.D. is usually the first man off the bench this year. He's the 5th leading scorer on the team.
And a foul inside. Like it's going to be called on Barrett Coleman.
Larry, I think Oregon Tech's leading scorer, Kevin Carlson, is yet to take a shot. In fact, I don't know if he's had a look quite yet. Well, there goes his first jump shot.
There's that little 5'10" guard getting a rebound.
Great penetration by Bales.
Great stutter step. Kept his eyes up the whole time he was penetrating and kissed that one right off the glass.
Pilots by 5, their biggest lead of the night. Foster is short. Bethel running. Watson tried to take it inside and stayed with it to score.
Tough play by Ryan Watson, senior out of Mishawaka, Indiana.
Ryan's a feisty guy. He's fighting for every rebound.
Dan Miles wants a timeout for Oregon Tech. It's starting to get out of hand. 20-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here. Bethel up 25-18 on a little bit of a run. Pilots have opened shooting 11 of 22 for 50%. Oregon Tech also shooting 50%, but they're not getting off the shots. They're only 7 of 14. And now that rebound advantage has disappeared. We are tied in the board column at 9 apiece. So Bethel battling back on the boards, getting up more shots, and basically forcing the action.
Forcing the action is right. We've seen 36 field goal attempts already, and we've still got 12 minutes to play in the first half. I think it would be to Oregon Tech's favor to slow things down a little bit, go back to that half-court game. Bethel really likes the fast pace.
Can't leave him open. Oops.
I think they left him a little too open.
That could be.
Yep, wasn't quite sure what he should do with that one.
Watson came up about a foot short. Timeout on the court, 11:42 left first half. Bethel Pilots on their way to defense of the national championship they won here at Nampa a year ago. They'd like to think. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Nampa. Eric Brand and Ryan Bales, 8 points apiece. Both of them doing it from outside for the most part. And the Bethel Pilots, 8 minutes into this game, building a 7-point advantage on the Oregon Tech Hustlin' Owls.
Looks like Oregon Tech's going to try to slow it down, run some offense, maybe try to keep the basketball out of Bethel's hands. They're doing a lot of scoring with once they get it. Well, there's those offensive boards that Bethel's coach was so worried about containing.
Regan on the drive was a little strong, but the putback good.
Strong move to the basket by J.D. Hirschberg.
That was a strong move. Very nice move to the basket.
Has Carlston scored yet?
No, Carlston has taken one jump shot and is yet to get on the scoreboard. Now, these guys averaging 21 points a game. I think for Oregon Tech, he's going to have to score some baskets.
He's a shooter.
Abdur Rahman turns it over. And Watson makes them pay at the other end, and Oregon Tech down 9 now, and Dan Miles pacing his sideline, trying to find the answer.
Well, that's 6 turnovers for Oregon Tech and none for Bethel College. That's the difference in the basketball game.
There's Carlston. You know you're not going to keep him down forever. He hits the 3.
No, you're not going to stop him. He's going to get some baskets tonight, just matter how many.
Watson on the drive. He is fouled.
I don't know if both of these teams are just so offensively gifted, or maybe there's just not a lot of defense being played, one of the two, but they've getting some easy shots.
Well, Bethel's strategy is to go for the steal, and it's help out defense. And so their defense is to score more points, Brian, than the other team does. Bench has stepped up big for Bethel right here, and they needed that. Watson, Hirschberger, Barrett Kuhlman's in.
Yeah, Ryan Watson is having a fabulous game right now. Really a take-charge guy, not shy.
He really is.
In there.
Foul was called on Bob Townsend. Watson made the free throw for 7 points on the evening. And Bethel again up by 9. 5-second call. Townsend couldn't find anybody, and the Pilots have now forced their 6th turnover.
Well, Bethel is playing their type of basketball, and they're doing it without a lot of baskets by Rico Swanson right now.
Well, you know, the truth of the matter is that Rico scores when it's necessary. He'd just soon have his teammates score, and that's what's happening tonight.
Yeah,
he is a team player.
That's a sign of a great basketball player, too.
Townsend for 3, off the mark.
I think the people out in Idaho would be very surprised to find out that Rico Swanson, by nature, is not a scorer. He is a team ball player, and the fact that he has had to be a scorer in this tournament is something different. They've had to switch.
Pass a little long for Brand, tipped up, kept alive by
Hirschberger on the boards. J.D. Hirschberger kept that ball alive.
Townsend missing inside. And a foul in the backcourt.
As fast as Bethel plays, Larry, their composure is tremendous. It looks like it is really wearing on Oregon Tech, the constant pressure. They're not letting up on them at all.
Well, we talked with Mike Lightfoot today about the importance of that composure, and he said, you know, how proud he was of his kids who've been down deep in the last couple games. They trailed by 8 in the semis with 2 minutes to go, trailed by 13 in the second half last night.
Well, Larry, I think these kids play one way. They just play hard the entire 40 minutes, and when you can get that out of your kids, you've got a good basketball team.
Great save by Bales.
When you see Bethel bodies on the floor, Bethel's playing the game that it's used to playing.
Swanson able to save it before it went over. Bethel up 13.
Well, that was a pro.
Yeah, probably an ill-advised shot right there.
Swanson in with the big guys.
Well, like Dennis said, Swanson's doing the little things right now. He's getting the boards, he's playing defense, he's running the offense, and once in a while, he takes a jump shot.
Chris Matz pushing it up for Oregon Tech. Hustling Owls have got themselves in a little hole here in the early going. Abdur Rahman off the glass. He'll go to the free throw line. A chance to convert.
Well, again, I'll go back to Oregon Tech's plan in their pregame today. They need to run some half-court stuff and slow this basketball down. You can see right here, we get some penetration to the basketball, or to the basket. He's going to the free throw line. Need a little bit more of that.
Last night against Northwest Nazarene, he played an absolutely marvelous game.
Abdur Rahman, a 67% free throw shooter in the tournament. First one off the front rim and down.
He's put a few points on the board this tournament too, averaging over 20 points a game.
Right.
Well, what great crowds both schools have. They have been on their feet since the opening tip-off, and for as few as there are, they are certainly loud.
Well, if you're going to fly this many miles or drive this many miles, you're going to get your money's worth.
You know, it's impressive to see the contingent of fans that has followed both teams out here, especially those from Bethel. They've been loud.
Oh, great pass.
Well, that was perfect. And he's fouled.
That was a beautiful post play. Nice seal by the post man. Great pass, and he finishes it real strong.
Play before that, we had Eric Brand going to J.D. Hirschberger. Now they reverse it. Those two are playing well together.
Matt Foster picks up his second foul for Oregon Tech.
You can take a look at it right here. 55 makes a great seal, goes strong to the basket. Whenever you go strong to the hoop, you're going to either make a basket or get fouled, one of the two. This time he gets both.
Eric has grown so much as a player.
Brand with 10 and now make it 11. And 7:50 remaining first half. Bethel Pilots in command here, leading by 14 when we come back. You know, when you start comparing small college basketball with what fans across the nation have been watching in the NCAA Division I tournament, the biggest difference, I think, is depth of talent. Every one of these teams has one or two good players, although I will quickly say I think probably the Bethel Pilots and Oregon Tech Hustling Owls have gotten more than their fair share of talented players. But these guys can compete at any level.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the big difference between this level and Division I is one or two post players down in the paint. But the guard play at this level is just tremendous.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of 6'11", 7-foot guys playing at this level. But those 6'7", 6'8" post guys are more active, and as we've seen with a guy like Townsend, a great touch outside, adding another dimension. There's Eric Brand with a nice baseline jumper.
Get good, strong move in the post by Eric.
If you look at Bethel's roster, you'll notice there's only one player out of state. They're all from Indiana, with the exception of the one boy from Michigan. They're local kids, and that's why they get such great following.
They play a little basketball in Indiana, do they, Dennis?
They have been known to play some basketball.
Jeff Hobson, 33, from Grand Blanc, Michigan, is the outsider, I guess you'd call him, although I'm sure that he's fit right in the way he plays the game. Carlston with a three-pointer for Oregon Tech, but they're still down 13.
I think in that last timeout, Oregon Tech decided they need to get the ball to Carlston. He's got 6 points now, and he's taken 2 shots since that last timeout. I think he's going to look for a couple baskets.
6.5 left, first half.
Great fade play by Oregon Tech. That was set up from the sidelines.
I think these next 5 minutes are going to be crucial.
Josh Woodson, a 6'1 freshman from Medford, knocked down the 3.
Like Oregon Tech's back to a zone defense. They're mixing things up a little bit.
The lead is at 10. 5:50 left in the half. Shot clock at 10.
You know, Dennis is right. A couple of possessions here could make this thing get real interesting.
Brand off the iron, but rebounded by Hirschberger, who's short and then tips in the follow.
That's about as much half-court basketball we've seen from the Pilots this game.
Well, it's the first time the shot clock has even been mentioned. Foul called on Ryan Bales as he defends Carlston.
Fresh bodies coming into the game. We need
Lots
a
of
little relief
fresh
here.
bodies.
And as quick as the pace has been, I'm impressed with how clean the play has been. Only 4 fouls on each team, despite the frantic up and down pace.
I expected a much more physical game from Oregon Tech. I expected them to take it inside, and they're bigger and stronger than the Pilots. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I think Bethel has really done a nice job of taking them out of their game. They have forced the tempo of this game.
Pilots up a dozen. Oh, great effort there by Barrett Kuhlman.
That's Pilot basketball on the floor. That's Coach Lightfoot teaches it. Number 10, Michael Edison, leads it, and everybody else follows.
Well, Oregon Tech going to try to run some offense here, slow this thing down, and get it to Carlson.
Great move.
Carlston will go to the line, fouled on the baseline.
Last 3 possessions, Larry, that Oregon Tech has had, they have tried to slow this thing down. They've gotten 2 really good looks. Here we can see Carlson, just a little isolation play on the right side. Goes strong to the basket, almost a chance for a 3-point play, but just doesn't quite finish the shot.
Barrett Kuhlman called for his second foul.
This Carlson kid shoots free throws at about an 81% clip. He's an excellent ball player. Senior, can shoot the 3, drive to the basket just like you saw there.
That's a fundamentally perfect free throw. Boy, big wrist, and the result is nothing but net.
Averaging better than 21 in the tournament. Off to a slow start.
Oh.
A little contact there.
He might have gotten hit.
Maybe been listening for a whistle there. Great play besides that. Here comes the turnovers.
Carlson got himself trapped and then got bailed out by Greg Regan.
A little too quick on that pass.
Carlston short.
Boy, he shot that real tired.
Swanson down the lane, pull-up jumper off the mark. And rejected by Townsend, knocked out of bounds.
Like Dennis mentioned earlier, I am really surprised at the rebounds on the offensive end that Bethel has been able to secure. They're getting 2 and 3 shots at each basket.
Quickly, Townsend recovers and avoids the foul. Fresh shot clock. Owls trying to cut the lead under double digits. Carlston does it with another 3.
Well, that's the player who has been stepping up every game this tournament for Oregon Tech, and he showed why he's such a great shooter.
Yeah, I think he hit that one from the second arch. That was the NBA 3.
Carlston 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. 3:50 now in the half, and Oregon Tech, as close as they've been in a while, down 7. Watson rebounded by Josh Conrad. Matt's colliding with Swanson, no call, and Townsend
Boys, we have a basketball game all of a sudden.
Three-pointer pulls the Hustling Owls within 4, approaching the 3-minute mark in the opening half.
Oregon Tech's a great three-point shooting team.
They have shot 50 of 101 three-pointers in this tournament.
That is absolutely amazing.
Conrad after the steal, and the Pilots' Mike Lightfoot wants a 20-second timeout. It's a 2-point game with 2:54 remaining.
I had a feeling that these next few minutes were going to be crucial to this game.
Yeah, it almost looked like to me that Bethel got a little tired and relaxed a little bit, and Oregon Tech came with it. It was a great steal, a great pass, and go up strong and finish it for 2. Oregon Tech within a bucket.
Oregon Tech is a mentally tough team. You're not going to get them down that easy. They won't be taken out of the game. It's going to take 40 minutes of basketball to keep them on the losing end, and they're not going down easy.
Well, they've used the three-point shot and the turnover, which was absent the first 6 or 8 minutes. Three-pointers now, they're 7 of 15. Bethel, by contrast, 3 of 13 from three-point range.
Well, that's a difference right there, Larry. 3 of 13 is not as good as these boys are capable of shooting the basketball.
Bethel with a rebounding advantage at 21-18. Brand.
Let's give that assist to Swanson, okay? Right through his hands.
Bales knocks down the 3. It's a 5-point game. And Josh Woodson unable to save. It'll be Pilot basketball when we come back. 2:26 remaining, opening half. Division II NAIA National Championship action continues after this. Bethel Pilots trying to defend their national championship and earn Mike Lightfoot his 5th national title in 11 seasons. They've got the lead. It's been as much as 13. It's now 5 at the 2:20 mark here in the first half. Oregon Tech using the three-point shot to get back in it.
Oh, great pass.
Foul is before the shot.
Rico Swanson makes a great drive into the middle, keeps his eyes up, and just dishes it right down to the post. Beautiful play.
I think you can look for Rico to penetrate and to post up inside.
Brand scores off the inbound pass. The foul was called on Hamrickson, and now the Pilots with a little more breathing room, up 7 at 2 minutes left first half. Like Matz might have had an uncontested layup if he'd gone one more dribble.
Well, he is not afraid to shoot the basketball, is he?
He takes that one all the way home. Watson. Swanson looking inside at Brand. Kicks it outside to Brand. Swanson now with a turnaround that doesn't go, and here comes Carlston. Boy,
Very
he is
nice.
quick.
Yes, very, very nice move by Carlson.
That's a big-time move there.
Carlston with 13. He's led the charge as OIT's battled back to within 3. foul going to be called on the dribble drive. Matz is called for his first.
You know, we got a minute left to play in this half, and neither team is shooting a 1-and-1 yet.
Yeah, I was just about to say, there's been a lot of hand checking, a little bit of pushing, a lot of body contact. They're letting these guys play. It is the championship.
When they get to about the fourth round, they're letting them play, and in this game especially.
Yeah, and I think they should.
I do too.
Now, Michael Edison was in some tall stuff in there trying to rebound that missed shot.
Carlson's kind of taken over these last 4 or 5 minutes.
Very close to a 5 count there. And then the turnover forced. Swanson down, hit his head. Appears to be okay.
He's okay. He can take those knocks. He's been doing it all year.
35 seconds on the clock.
About a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, Swanson anticipated a move that didn't happen, threw it away. Now the official gets in the way and calls Abdur Rahman for stepping on the sideline, and the Pilots get it back.
What a break for Bethel.
I think there was a little breakdown there in communication. Coach was telling him to go on in, and Swanson was saying, let's go for one. And then when he did, Brand wasn't ready for the pass.
Yep, I think we're going to have one last shot here at the
basketball. Here we go. No contest about this.
Big possession going into half.
16.7 seconds as they inbound it. It's now 10. 6, 5, Swanson. Inside to Brand at the buzzer.
Good play right there at the end. That'll give.
Eric Brand with a jumper in the paint at the buzzer, and the Bethel Pilots head to the locker room leading 50-45 over the Hustling Owls of Oregon Tech. Bethel halfway home in their quest to repeat as national champions and become the first #1 seed ever to win this tournament. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Idaho Center. Larry Maneely at halftime, and joined now by Bethel College Dean of Admissions, Steve Matson, who I think, like most Pilot fans, a little out of breath, but certainly pleased with what you saw for most of that opening 20 minutes.
Beats being down by 13 at half.
This team has really kept its fans on the edge of their seats for the last 2 or 3 nights. Mike Lightfoot he just shook his head in amazement at what they've been able to accomplish when we visited with him this afternoon. Great composure, but that speaks well of the guy who's leading them out of the locker room and guiding things from the sideline.
You know, Mike's done an outstanding job for so many years for the college. A teammate of mine back when we played ball together for Bethel. He's just always been just an incredible competitor, and you see that on his players.
Steve, I guess as a former teammate of his, you must share the pride that we could sense out of him today when we asked him about Valparaiso and the win by 10 at Valparaiso in the opener this season. And he said, my gosh, he said, what a week. My guy, Homer, he is so proud of what they've been able to do, and it reflects even more of a sense of accomplishment on this Bethel team with Valpo making the run that they've made to the Sweet 16.
Yeah. Well, we both played for Homer, and that win was a great win for the college. We're sure rooting for Valpo now, though.
Homer, of course, preceded Mike Lightfoot as the coach at Bethel, and Homer with a record of 252 wins and 110 losses in his 11 seasons. And I guess if he can coach basketball, he may be an even better teacher, because Mike Lightfoot has gone him one better at a record of 306 and 70.
Well, a lot of what Mike does, the way he runs a practice, it reminds you of the way Homer coached. And I think Mike picked an awful lot up from Coach Drew.
You're the Dean of Admissions. Let's talk about some of the academic side of this. You know, we hear so much of the negative aspect of college recruiting and the effort by some schools to get people in college who maybe don't belong there as students. Certainly at the NAIA level, The effort is on getting a kid an education and preparing him for life after basketball, because 99.9% of these guys are not going to be playing at the next level.
You know, we know that the basketball team has enjoyed a great deal of success, but the college itself has seen some tremendous years of growth the last 10 years. The college has tripled in size, going from 500 students to 1,500 this year, and along with that enrollment growth has been a real growth on the academic side. I know a lot of the athletes that Mike's been recruiting have been academic scholars, and we're excited about that.
Dennis Engbrecht, I know you must share that pride when you talk about the academics as a senior vice president of the university.
The basketball program is really one part of the whole mix at Bethel College, and we're proud of our academic program. We're proud of the fine group of young professors that we have assembled at the school. The college has grown tremendously over the last 10 years. Our enrollment has tripled in this decade, and we've been involved in the construction of about 9 different facilities. So it's all part of the growth of the college.
The conference that the Pilots play in, every member is in the state of Indiana. We hear of it so often and have for so long as the hotbed of college basketball, period, in this country. What a unique atmosphere, though, to have in that climate and to have that compact little 1,500 student.
I think that's why Mike Lightfoot has strategically chosen to recruit right in the area, and we draw a lot of fans because we've got local players and they've got name recognition, and he's recruiting Hoosiers and they're playing good ball. This is Indiana basketball. If you're a defensive purist, you're going to be a pretty miserable person this evening, but if you want to see the ball go up and down the court, that's the way Mike likes to play it.
Well, we talked about the difference between this level and the next level, the NCAA Division I, being simply a case of more great players.
Right.
But certainly the great players are there, and we've seen it in the first 20 minutes. Steve Madsen, thank you for sharing your time with us at halftime. Enjoy the rest of the game. I know
sure hope to.
I know it's been an exciting evening
Talk
for
to
you
me in
so
20
far.
minutes.
The Pilots halfway home in their quest to repeat as national champions. Welcome back. We're ready to go. Second half action. The Bethel Pilots leading the Oregon Tech Hustling Owls 50-45 as we head into the second and final 20 minutes of the Division II NAIA college basketball season. Oregon Tech will inbound at center court in front of us. They'll have the first possession of this second half. Kevin Carlston shot the Owls back into it. Gives it up to Abdur Rahman, who turns it over. Rico Swanson, unable to make the layup, goes down hard.
Boy, he did go down hard, right into that cushioned backstop.
It was a hard, aggressive foul.
Yep.
You know, you'd think in a national championship game, those are pretty much the only fouls you're going to see is the hard ones.
Abdur Rahman called for his second foul. And Rico Swanson will shoot 2. And Dennis Engbrecht just brought to our attention the fact that Rico is 4 points, now 3 points shy of this NAIA National Championship Tournament scoring record.
4 up. One shot, 35-1.
I would think there's a pretty good chance he's going to get that thing tonight.
But he had a quiet first half with 3, averaging 24.3 and a high of 30. Second one rims out, but a great effort by Michael Edison to snag the rebound on the baseline.
Boy, Edison is just a hustler, isn't he? This guy
quit.
plays hard.
He doesn't
Eric
quit.
Brand wants to go up inside, now kicks it out. Here's Swanson for 3.
Michael Edison is playing his first tournament without his face mask.
Carlston couldn't get it to fall, but underneath, Foster rebounds.
Well, that's the kind of physical game I expected from Oregon Tech.
Carlson's kind of got that look in his eye. He may try to take this game over. Oregon Tech again, they want to play half-court basketball.
Carlston gets a lucky deflection on the bad pass. Foster long.
Man.
There's those big bodies on the board.
Townsend and the Owls back within 2. J.D. Hirschberger off the pilot bench, ready to check in. Brand felt like he'd been mugged.
Looked like there could have been a whistle there, Larry. There was a little bit of contact on that.
Carlston for 3. And a foul on Brand before the shot. Second foul on Brand. Townsend will go to the line.
That's 3 offensive rebounds in a row for Oregon Tech. We're going to go and take a look at one right here. Jumps out by Clarkson, a long way out, just about gets this to go, but here comes the Flying Owls coming through the air.
They give him no shot, so the Pilots will inbound. Hirschberger checked in now, replacing Jeff Hobson. Not quite 2 minutes gone. It's a 2-point game. Pilots led by 5 at the break.
That's what.
Foster drives his way into the lane and ties the game at the 18-minute mark.
That's crucial for Oregon Tech. If they can keep doing that, Bethel's going to have a real tough time hanging on to a lead.
Hirschberger, strong rebound by Brand. And Bales is fouled on the 3-point attempt.
Looks like Bethel College is going to bring number 25 Watson back into the game. What a tremendous first half he had. He was definitely a spark plug.
Ryan's a senior. He knows what it takes.
Josh Conrad picks up the foul, his first. Team fouls are even at 2 apiece in this half. Bales gets the first of 3 and the second.
Larry, it'll be interesting to see if Bethel maybe comes with some full court pressure here. Maybe try to run and jump, create some turnovers, get this tempo back into the space that they like to play.
They like to press after the made basket or free throw. So
Here they come.
And a great lead pass.
Oh,
Great
very
reverse
nice
layup.
shot. Nice catch. Nice composure shot.
Great touch by Conrad. Owls back within 1. Brand is fouled. And the foul is called on Bob Townsend. That's his second.
Eric Brand is going to get beat up tonight. He knows that too. He's going to take a beating inside. He's just got to play through it.
Oh, you can see right here, I mean, he's doing everything he can to take care of the basketball. They're just literally mugging the poor guy.
Eric's a hard worker, but he doesn't have a lot of upper body strength. He just makes up for it by moving constantly.
Well, he's getting great post position inside. He's catching it anywhere he wants it.
Edison's first basket.
Bethel's got to have that from Michael Edison, the runner-up to the Mr. Indiana in 1995. He's a player.
Townsend for 3.
Oh, there's another player.
Perfect form. We were sitting right behind that one, and it never varied from the perfect trajectory right into the net.
Brand's got to take him to the basket.
Not like that.
He's got to get him into the middle of the paint, draw the foul.
Got to square up on those.
Oregon Tech a chance to take its first lead in a long time. Kevin Carlson.
We talked about him at halftime. He has come to play.
He's tough.
Wow.
And Bales answered.
And so is he. These guys can flat out shoot it.
Ryan Bales is a shooter. He knows where that basket is. What a game.
That's Hamrickson into the lane. He's got 8. Tech by 1. Watson fouled on his way to the basket.
Pilots have to attack the basket. They're not going to be able to get the kind of game offensively unless they attack, and Sam Watson does it so well. Here he goes to the basket. He's going up against guys 4 inches taller. He still gets it up and draws the foul. That's important.
Third foul on Townsend, and it will become a factor if he should pick up another. Wholesale substitution by both coaches.
I think much needed too.
Those boys need some oxygen.
There's some guys sucking wind as they drop into those chairs. Watson gets them both, and Bethel back in front. We'll give you a chance to catch your breath. 15:32 left here in Nampa. Bethel cheerleaders leave the floor after entertaining the crowd during that timeout, and Dennis, I know you're proud of their accomplishments too.
These cheerleaders have done a wonderful job. They just competed in a contest down in Florida with 1,500 of the colleges and placed 8th. And the other night they were on ESPN2. We got to watch them while we were out here in Idaho.
8th out of 1,500 teams.
Got a great couple, Rod and Dana Baker, that work with them.
Greg Regan turns it over on the travel. Turnovers now a dozen for Oregon Tech, 5 for Bethel.
5 turnovers is awfully good when you're playing this tempo game.
Watson just short with a layup.
I don't think Sam or Ryan had that ball.
Carlston missing the 3 and runs down his own miss. And Hirschberger going to be called for the reach over foul on that one. That'll be his 2nd foul of the night.
JD didn't have position on that one, just tried to keep the ball out of the hands of the person in front of him. And
see right here, almost drops another 3-pointer, but like Dennis says, didn't quite have position.
Carlston has really given Ryan Bales a tour of the floor.
Very nice. I think this game may come down to Carlston and Rico Swanson battling it out.
Bales is short. Hirschberger rebounds. Watson with the feed inside, and Barrett Coleman unable to convert.
Barrett was looking for the foul, and it never happened, and he just overshot it.
Great pass.
Foster off the glass.
Larry, it looks to me that Bethel's just a little tired, putting their hands on their shorts, and I'm sure they're going to get a second wind here any minute, but Oregon Tech's making a run while they can.
Hirschberger called for his third foul. We'll give you another look.
Well, when you're out of position, that's what happens. And he just got caught.
Nice soft touch by Matt Foster.
I think this is Rico time.
Oregon Tech suddenly with a 4-point lead. And controlling the boards.
Well, the second shots that Bethel so often saw in the first half are not happening here in the second half. The bigger bodies are taking control of the boards.
Mike Lightfoot wants a 20-second timeout. The rebounding advantage is really turned around. Oregon Tech now up 30-25 in that category. And they've really improved their shooting percentage to 54% compared to the Pilots' 41.
You got to believe that Coach Miles told his team during halftime, we're being out-rebounded by a team that has been out-rebounded by everyone else in this tournament. Get in there and hit the boards, and obviously they've responded. The Pilots have got to step it up. They've either got to pressure on the inbound pass, or we've got to see something from our senior leadership on the floor.
Well, and I have a funny feeling that's probably going to happen. The tempo of this game may turn around.
8 players on this team back from last year's national champions. Townsend off the iron.
What an athletic play.
Great effort by Ryan Bales to run it down.
Larry, missing from that team last year are 2 of the big men. One of them drafted in the baseball draft as a pitcher. That's the big difference between this year and last year. We just don't have the big inside people.
Here comes the pressure by Bethel. Boy, really a mismatch on the block between Swanson and Rahif.
I've really expected Oregon Tech to take advantage of that, but to this point they haven't.
Yeah, they haven't seen that, or if they have, they've chosen not to go in there.
Well, they're pushing it inside. This is intentional. They're going right in against Brandon. They take him out of it. That's going to be a tough blow for the Pilots.
Eric Brand called for his third foul. And Matt Foster missing the first of 2. Brian, I know you had a chance to visit a little bit today with Matt Foster, one of 2 Australian players on this team. Now, you played a little professional basketball down in Australia after you finished your career at Boise State University. Is that a level that some of these kids can find a way to make money and continue to play the game, do you think, from what you've seen tonight?
You know, it really is. The Australian Pro League is a lot like the NAIA level over here, and it was interesting to see 2 of those kids on the Oregon Tech team.
Oh, great pass by Rico Swanson. No look over his shoulder. Right there to Hobson.
Pilots back within 1. And forcing a turnover, Swanson. Trying to glide his way in and left it a little high. Mike Lightfoot wants to know where's the call. But the Pilots have to rebound quickly and get into their defense. Foster short, Swanson boards. Carlston saves.
Great save.
Carlston a little long.
He was expecting the block from Brand.
11:20 left in the game.
Bad fundamental decision by Watson. Very tough to feed the post from out top. You need to bring that ball to the wing and dump it in.
He's hesitating on that three-point shot, whereas he wasn't earlier.
Bethel 6 for 19 from the three-point line.
Rico for three.
Rico's struggling tonight, not as offensive minded he's played in the previous games. But still creating havoc on the defensive end.
And a block called on Kevin Carlson. Rico Swanson in some pain.
If you know a tougher kid, I'd sure like to meet him, because Rico Swanson has been knocked around all over this year.
Well, as we go to the tape here, we can see the great defense again by Bethel. Here they come, pushing it up the floor. Good call. Carlson obviously stepped in front with the block.
Timeout on the floor, 10.5 remaining. A one-point game. It's been everything we expected and more, and a lot more to come. Welcome back to Nampa, Idaho. A proud sponsor of tonight's game is the Bullpen and Dugout, located in the University Park Mall. You can find the latest in sports cards, Beanie Babies, and memorabilia. Mention this ad and receive 10% off complete card boxes. That's the Bullpen and Dugout. Call 271-7067. 10:32 remaining. Bethel down 1 with the basketball.
Again, the three-point shot not falling for Bethel thus far.
For Carlston right now, Swanson bringing it quickly up court. Pilots trying to force the pace as they did successfully in the first 10 minutes.
That's a shot Rico's been hitting the whole tournament, but it's not there for him tonight.
Looks like he's a little quick on the wrist. Maybe shooting it before he gets to the full extension.
Could be.
Well, he's also been smart enough to recognize that tonight and move the ball around to other people. Swanson with a great stop on the baseline, forced Carlston to give it up, and he threw it away.
Like Lightfoot told me the other day, he said these kids believe that if they're within 10 points in the last 4 minutes, they'll win. It's just that confidence, that tough thinking that we're going to win.
Jeff Hobson and the Pilots back in front at 9:25.
Very for Oregon Tech, the absence of Rabiul Sahib is really hurting him right now.
Great runner.
Greg Regan and Oregon Tech back on top. Oh, great effort there by Ryan Bales.
Right up against that 6'8" defender. He just went right in there.
Bales with 21 tonight.
Ryan Bales is a player, not only on the offensive end, but he's doing a heck of a job defensively.
He is dogging Carlston all over the court.
high for the rebound.
That's Carlson on the foul.
That'll be Carlston's second foul. Team foul 6 on Oregon Tech. So with the next one, the Pilots will be shooting the bonus.
Well, it could well be that this game will come down to free throws.
Eddie Hirschberger stop. Hirschberger loses it in traffic, but Swanson recovers. Bale, three-pointer doesn't go. Edison keeps it alive. Hirschberger had a notion.
This is unusual Bethel half-court offense. They're just looking for something. They want to get to the line, and it looks like they're going to.
Pilots got a fresh 20-second clock, so Swanson had plenty of time to work with. And now Swanson will go to the line for the 1-and-1 with the third foul on the evening called against Abdur Rahman.
Get your spot.
Swanson 1 of 2 at the line so far this evening. Bales gets a rest.
A well-deserved rest. He has been playing both ends of this game.
He won't go down for Swanson.
Swanson just struggling to find the basket
struggling
tonight. 1 for 11 from the field, 1 for 5 from the free throw line. As good as he is, that will not continue the rest of the game.
Barrett Coleman wanted a travel call, but instead he has whistled for the foul. His third. And that's team foul 6 on Bethel. So they'll both be in the bonus for the next Bethel foul. And we'll be back. 7:10 to play. We've got a barn burner here. It takes great teamwork for a team to make it to the Nationals. And Ideal Consolidated gives a tip of the fedora to the Bethel Pilots for a great season of top-notch teamwork. Ideal Consolidated for mechanical and industrial piping on Sample Street in South Bend.
Eric Brand is getting some valuable time resting on the bench. He's going in right now.
Turnover. Oregon Tech regains possession.
Kind of looked like Ryan Watson got slammed to the floor there.
Maybe a little bit of a reach there, maybe.
A little bit.
Oh, we can see right here. Well, almost looks clean, but Ryan caught his feet.
Oh, yeah, you're
Fell
right.
down.
Reach that far, it's pretty tough to get away with it.
That's true.
Bethel by 1. 6.5 to play. Kevin Carlston, jumper doesn't go. And he battles Swanson for the loose ball. Swanson finds Edison for the layup.
Great play by Rico Swanson. He stuck with that loose ball and just put his nose to the ground and dug it out.
Pilots now 3 in front.
Even when he's not scoring, he's doing something. He just broke the career tournament assist record for the NAIA tournament.
Foster
That's
bumped on his
4.
way in.
Great move by Foster.
That's 4 on Brand.
Yes, it is, and Foster will be at the line.
That's a big foul there.
Foster going to have to take a seat. Jeff Hobson off the bench to check in. And Ryan Bales on his way back as well.
This is just like a heavyweight fight here. It's just knockdown to knockdown.
They're just going toe to toe.
They really are. And that's what you hope you get in a championship game.
That's exactly right. That's
Now,
why both teams are here.
Now, if the president of Bethel College is listening to me, he's not going to agree. He wanted a blowout, but it's not to be.
It's a 1-point Bethel lead with 5:50 remaining. Hobson, J.D. Hirschberger.
That's good defense.
Hirschberger going to get the whistle in his favor, though.
He did.
Foster is called for his 3rd, and Hirschberger going to the line.
You go the replay right here. Nice move, pretty good defense. Maybe extends his arms just a little bit, and
I haven't been
shoots
calling
free
that.
throws.
Hirschberger shot rims out. He's at 81% in the tournament.
Pilots struggling at the line tonight, and this was, we said that before the game, this was crucial. They had to get to the line. Of course, you got to convert.
Hirschberger gets the 2nd. Pilots by 2 now.
Looked like Foster got fouled by his own man.
Great hustle play by Bales, but he can't retain his balance enough to stay in bounds, and the Owls benefit. And Conrad knocks down a 3, and Oregon Tech back in front.
That happens so often after a loose ball, a scramble situation, and somebody ends up wide open.
Hobson, it comes out. Hobson called for the foul on Foster. First foul on Hobson. Team fouls at 8 apiece. With 10, they'll shoot the double bonus and an automatic 2 free throws. As yet, Townsend has a 1-and-1.
Well, Bethel's playing real small right now as far as the size of their players. J.D. Hirschberger 6'4". Hobson's listed at 6'6", but he's 6'4" and a half at the most. Edison 6'2", Bales is 6 foot. Rico Swanson's 5'10", so it's really to Oregon Tech's advantage to go inside. They're going to be hitting the boards.
Townsend gets them both. Pilots quickly up court. And Oregon Tech now showing its dominance on the board. Foster got away with one, and he knows it. You could tell it in his eyes.
He gave that little wink to the referee as he passed half court, kind of a thank you wink, I think.
Ball came up to the shoulder height, but he didn't get called for the carry. Dan Miles wants a timeout. We'll keep it here. Rohrer Weldy Insurance is proud to sponsor Bethel basketball and proud to serve our community as an independent insurance agent. At Rohrer Weldy in Wakarusa, they got you covered. Call 862-2154. 4:39 remaining. Oregon Tech's turned it around.
Well, Larry, this scenario would seem to be where Bethel thrives. They're only down by 3, about 4 minutes to go, and they've dug out a deeper holes. The question now is that Have they got any reserve left in the tank?
Well, I keep hearing about this Rico Swanson. I think we may see a little bit still here tonight.
Townsend's three-pointer off the mark. Swanson with the rebound.
We need some offense from Rico.
Swanson has 8 boards and 4 assists tonight. And he's fouled in the lane, and he'll go back to the line. Swanson still 3 points shy of tying the tournament scoring record. .5'10" senior out of South Bend.
He has stepped up so many times. About a month ago, his brother, who's a police officer, was shot in the line of duty. Fortunately, he was wearing a bulletproof vest, but when his brother showed up to that game, Rico just took over. It was like an emotional burst.
Swanson gets them both. It's a 1-point game.
That's the second time that's happened.
That's 2 times that they've came with full court pressure after a free throw and been burned for layup.
Conrad gives Tech a 3-point lead again. Swanson, and that's the record. Rico Swanson has just become the all-time leading scorer in NAIA Division II tournament history. His team still down by 1, though, at the 4-minute mark.
Bale's doing a heck of a job on Carlson, just denying him the ball.
Shot clock at 10. Carlson thought about the 3, hands it off to Foster, who shoots an air ball. Great save by Hirschberger, but he doesn't benefit. And there's Swanson, who is fouled after pulling down the rebound, and that's number 4 on Matt Foster.
Rico will do it any way he has to. If he's got to step up and rebound, he'll do it. He's been the second leading rebound for Bethel in this tournament at 5'10". That really speaks both of his athleticism as well as his effort and desire.
Well, he is the leading rebounder on the floor tonight. He and Townsend, who is 6'8", also has 10 for Oregon Tech. Swanson now with 9 points. A chance for another.
Looks like he's regained his stroke at the line.
Bethel back in front by 1 as Rico Swanson now with a double-double. 3:28 remaining when we come back. A proud sponsor of tonight's game, the Bullpen and Dugout, located in the University Park Mall. You can find the latest in sports cards, Beanie Babies, and memorabilia. Mention this ad and get 10% off complete card boxes. That's the Bullpen and Dugout. Call 271-7067. Oregon Tech now trying to be patient.
No.
Carlston rims the 3. And Conrad's follow gives Tech back the lead.
Conrad's had some key plays in this game for Tech.
Bales too long. Brand's follow is good, and he's fouled.
Those 8 minutes on the bench gave Eric Brand a chance to get some wind, and he's come back, and he's got to be a force these last 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yeah, they're really going to need his presence inside. Just a great effort. We can go to the replay. Great drive, almost gets it to go, but here comes the offensive board. Brand goes up strong, kisses it off the backboard. He's going to get an extra free throw for it.
4th foul on Abdur Rahman. Brand had 17 in the first half. Just got his first basket since the break. 81-80 Bethel. 2:45 remaining. Townsend trapped in the backcourt, calls a timeout.
The guards got to go back and get the basketball from Townsend right there. They can't expect him to bring the ball up the floor.
A 20-second timeout now signaled by Mike Lightfoot. Bethel Pilots with an 81-80 advantage.
This is going to be one heck of a 2-minute and 38-second basketball game from here.
There at the beginning of the year, I sat down with Coach Lightfoot, and because of the loss of his big men inside, he was convinced he was going to lose 10 games this year. He never talks about winning 20 or 25 or 30. He talks about how many he's going to lose. And these kids have just played above themselves and outside themselves. And regardless of what happens, this is a wonderful bunch of young men.
Well, they were seeded #1 in the preseason and #1 at the end of the season. They are 36-3 with a 1-point lead. 2:20 remaining in the season. They're that far from a second straight national championship. Kevin Carlston short, but the follow is good.
And that's all for Brand. If it's on him, that's number 5, I believe.
He is gone.
Really a tough break. We can go see that again, but had to get the shot up. Draws air, could have been a foul right there, happens to fall down, picks it up.
Looked like
Just
Eric was trying to hold back, but
just a tough break there for Brand. Nice basketball game for number 55. 9 for 13 from the field, 19 points. Pretty good effort.
Eric's had a wonderful tournament. He shot about 70%. He's hit the boards hard. He's a sophomore that didn't play very much his freshman year. He's got nothing to be ashamed of. The other night when he fouled out, I believe it was against Whitworth, it really looked kind of rough for the Pilots, but the rest of the team stepped up and were able to do it.
Foster's free throw makes it a 2-point Oregon Tech lead with 2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. Rico Swanson trying to force his way in, gives it back now to Bales, who jumps it up over Carlson, and we're tied at 83.
Great shot. Very
Bales
nice
having
athletic
a great
move.
game. He's having a great game.
1:50 to play.
It'll break down on defense that time. They extended with the full court man. Gave up a layup.
Josh Woodson, Tech back in front. Swanson loses control, but is fouled, and that's a bailout foul for Rico.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
a good call, but he was in trouble with the basketball on the baseline.
I think if we can go back and see that again, I think he may have lost the basketball on the way up and then maybe got a little bit of a contact. Well, we can see it right here. Loses the basketball, then draws the contact. So I would agree, a little bit of a bailout for Rico.
Swanson will shoot 2. Oregon Tech now with 10 fouls, so the Pilots will be in the double bonus the rest of the way, as will Oregon Tech. 9 fouls called on Bethel.
Every free throw's big now.
Swanson a chance now to tie it again. 1:37 remaining.
Well, the Tech fans are chanting his name, but that doesn't seem to really bother Rico. He's in his own zone right now.
Second one around and down, and we're 85.
Again, here comes a full court man-to-man. Impressed by the energy of Bethel. They are just baseline to baseline the whole game. Better be careful here. Yep,
Carlston benefits from the foul call against Ryan Watson, his first, but Carlston now will shoot 2.
Larry, it's fairly typical when you get down to the last minute and a half of a basketball game is when you've got the ball in the open court, those fouls are a little more obvious than they are earlier in the game.
Carlson's a great free throw shooter.
He is 3 for 3 tonight.
Carlson looks like 80% free throw shooter on the year.
Mike Lightfoot wants a timeout before the second free throw. You know, it takes great teamwork for a team to make it to the Nationals. And Ideal Consolidated gives a tip of the fedora to the Bethel Pilots for a great season of top-notch teamwork. Ideal Consolidated for mechanical and industrial piping on Sample Street in South Bend.
Larry, there's a nice crowd out here tonight, but back in Mishawaka, Indiana, there's several hundred students packed into the Y Camp Athletic Center, watching it on a large screen TV, and you can bet their energy is as much into this game as the fans are here.
Well, we're delighted we were able to get it together and send it back there. We've talked so much about Indiana and the great popularity of the sport back there. Great performance here by these two basketball teams, and you know, it's a tired old cliche, but it really will be a shame that one of these teams will walk away second best tonight.
I'll second that.
Well, like Dennis said earlier, they have truly gone toe-to-toe the entire 40 minutes.
Kevin Carlston with a second free throw. He has 16 points on the night, and Oregon Tech has a 1-point lead, and now it's 2. 1:20 to play. Ryan Bales wins it off the dribble.
Boy, he has done it all night for the Pilots.
He is tough. What a player Ryan Bales is.
Bales forces the turnover, then gives it up. And the shot doesn't go. Jeff Hobson, and we remain tied at 87. Under a minute now. 45 seconds. Timeout, Oregon Tech.
Nice call by Carlson. He knew he didn't have anywhere to go. Quick timeout. Let's open things up. Let's talk about things for a little bit.
Kevin Carlson has earned every point he's made tonight. Ryan Bales has been all over him. He has not been able to release on the three-point as frequently as I've seen him throughout this tournament. He's still a factor in this game, especially on the line, especially handling the ball.
Very true.
Ryan Bales has 25 points, but maybe even more important is the defensive job that he's done on Carlson as he shattered him all over the floor. You know, and we talked about the shooting percentages early in the game. The Pilots were down in the low 40s, and the Owls were up in the mid-50s. Now things have evened out a little bit, and the Pilots have gotten back in this game with defense. Oregon Tech's shooting percentage now under 48% for the game, and Bethel's up over 43.
Yeah, that constant pressure of Bethel College. They keep coming at you, they keep coming at you, they keep coming at you, and sooner or later, that wears you down. That jump shot has a tendency to go away for a little while.
Oh, it's all knotted up, under a minute to go. This is what you want in a championship game.
Matt Foster with 20 to lead Oregon Tech. Carlston with 18. Carlston trapped in the backcourt again. Gets it out to Townsend, and they break the pressure. 35 seconds remaining. 20-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Carlston losing possession. Swanson comes away with it.
Shot clock's
the shot
off.
clock is gone. 20 seconds to play.
Is this going to be Rico time?
15.
They're going to clear the floor and let Rico go one-on-one for the
10.
national championship.
7 seconds. 5. Swanson nails it. Timeout, Oregon Tech.
That's Rico time.
That's what I've heard about Rico Swanson. There was no doubt in his mind or anybody in this facility what was going to happen.
You know, we've watched this happen all year. Every time I see him go to the well, I can't believe there's any water left. But Rico has never let us down.
0.7 of a second, less than one. The inbound will be only time to catch, turn and shoot.
Larry, if Bethel College wins this game, this will be the third championship game in which they've won on a last-second shot. It seems like that's the only way we know how to win a national championship. And to all you pilots back in Mishawaka, Indiana, at Bethel College, you rock that Y Camp Athletic Center.
Well, I don't know how many games in the last week has gone down to the last shot or a last tip-in, but
We'll give you another look at Swanson's effort. The officials have restored almost a full second. It is 1.6 now for Oregon Tech when we come back. And that's a very accurate reset of the clock,
Yeah, it
as
is.
you can see in the lower right corner.
You can't argue with that.
nice job by the officials and also the coaching staff at Oregon Tech to be aware of that. 1.6 is a heck of a lot longer than 0.7.
Yes, it is.
Well, it allows you to catch and release. 0.7 doesn't.
Right.
Well, and certainly in the back of every Bethel fan's mind has to be the great effort by Valpo in the last 1 second
That's right.
last weekend. I mean, it's your worst nightmare.
Bryce Drew did it. They're hoping that Carlson or somebody else doesn't do the same. I expect pressure on the ball here.
Well, I think we may see Carlson get a back pick here and see if they can't lob something over the top for a catch and a jump shot.
Look for Townsend. Oh, he wanted to look at it. Lightfoot wanted to have a look at this one.
Let Oregon Tech set up offensively and called a full timeout. 1.6 to play. Let me give you some of the individual scoring leaders because we probably will get lost in the excitement once we're done. But J.D. Hirschberger with 9, 8 of them in the first half. Michael Edison with 5, all in the second half. Rico Swanson with 14, all but 3 since intermission. 25 for Ryan Bales, 11 for Ryan Watson, 7 for Jeff Hobson, and 19 for Eric Brand, who fouled out minutes ago. His team up 89-87, and now trying to make one last defensive stand.
Could it get any more exciting for a national championship?
Foster with 20 and Conrad with 11, 18 for Carlston.
We're going to get a pass to half court and maybe some sort of a back cut.
Conrad to inbound, tapped away, and that's the game. Or is it?
I'm not sure this game's over.
Happened right in front of us. Ball was tapped out of bounds.
That's the game. Bethel wins 89-87. Well, if you're a Pilot fan, that's a great sight out there. If you're an Oregon Tech fan, your heart's got to go out to these players. They've given everything they could. They're rocking in the streets tonight in Mishawaka, Indiana. Brian, we've got a pond in the center of our campus. As much as we try to keep the students out of there when there's a celebration like this, it suddenly becomes a baptismal service.
Maybe a little late night swim this evening, huh?
I'm afraid so.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You don't win national championships every year. At least most teams don't win them every year.
I think we can afford a couple cases of pneumonia.
Mike Lightfoot's making a hit, and this is his 5th in 11 years, and 3rd in 4.
It's got to become an old hat for him.
That is quite a run. You could see when we talked to him today, you could see the excitement on his face. There's nothing blasé about the situation for him. He was purely excited about the opportunity tonight.
This is win 341 for Mike Lightfoot in 11 years.
We will be back with the awards presentation, and the celebration continues for Bethel College pilots here in Nampa, Idaho. Welcome back. We'll give you one more look at Rico Swanson's game-winning shot. And the all-tournament team being announced now. Ryan Bales, Eric Brand, and Rico Swanson representing Bethel. Saif Abdur Rahman named to the all-tournament team for runner-up Oregon Tech.
From Northwest Nazarene College, Jay Lassen.
Big crowd from the Nampa area honoring a pair of Northwest Nazarene players who earned honors as all-tournament selections.
Everybody, I love you, baby. Hey, #1, 3 and 4 years, baby. I'm coming home. I'm coming home to get you, baby. It's for you guys, all right. That's for you guys. Woo! Right here. Right here.
There's some happy young men.
So glad for Rico Swanson, for his family. He comes from a very close family. They have followed him, as have so many of the people in the area. Couldn't have had a more perfect storybook ending for Rico Swanson and the pilots.
Kevin Charleston honored for Oregon Tech, and what an effort he gave tonight.
Here's the Most Valuable Player Award for the tournament.
Chairman of the 1998 Tournament Committee. The most valuable player for the 1998 tournament from Bethel College, Rico Swanson.
That should be no surprise. Rico Swanson winning his second consecutive MVP player of this tournament. Last year he was NAIA Division II Player of the Year. And there's probably some more awards coming.
Presented to the player who, with the judgment of tournament officials and media, played the game with the greatest enthusiasm and hustle throughout the tournament. The award is being presented by Jim Wildstra of the tournament committee. The winner from Northwest Nazarene College, Brent Darnell.
Brian, NMC has an excellent basketball team, and in fact they beat Oregon Tech twice this year, but unfortunately they had to play them a fourth time and lost to them. Otherwise they'd be facing the Pilots tonight. They're an excellent team. I was very impressed with them.
Well, and I think even more impressive and what they're very proud of here is the way that this community has responded in hosting this tournament for the 6th consecutive year. They just do a terrific job of entertaining 32 teams from around the country. And what people may not realize from back in Indiana, this event has gone on in a bedroom community of about 25,000 outside Boise, Idaho, which is 150, 200,000 people. Boise has hosted the NCAA first-round regionals at the same time that the city of Nampa has undertaken the NAIA championship tournament.
That's true.
And for this community to have been able to pull that off is next to a miracle.
It's incredible. Larry, they just announced the NAIA Division II Player of the Year, and to no one's surprise, it was Rico Swanson again.
Rico may have to get a little bigger trophy case when he gets home.
I think I'm going to fly his father out here to take all this hardware home. Well, Larry, that effort has not gone unnoticed by the Bethel players and fans. They call Boise and Nampa, Idaho, Bethel College West. It's our extension campus.
Well, you're certainly deserving of that. They have had a fabulous run here in Nampa.
Thank you, Brian.
The runner-up trophies now being presented to the Oregon Tech players, and it looks like the clock is maybe going to catch us before they finish this and award the championship trophy to Bethel College. But we know that you all share in the excitement of Mike Lightfoot and his Pilots as they celebrate their 3rd championship in 4 years and his 5th in 11 seasons as the Pilot coach. Big smile on Lightfoot now as he awaits the presentation of that trophy.
And as he does, Larry, let me just tell the fans back in Mishawaka, Indiana, that the team will be returning tomorrow night. Time will be announced. There'll be a reception on campus, and then Thursday morning at 10 o'clock in the Y Camp Athletic Center, there's going to be a celebration. It's open to the public, and you've been a part of these in the past. You'll enjoy being a part of this now.
And now I'm told we are going to extend past the top of the hour and bring you the presentation of that trophy, which the Bethel Pilots worked so hard to achieve this year and this week. 5 games in 6 days.
That is a lot of basketball. You know, I don't know if people realize how tough that is on these guys, but
well, it's a lot of basketball when you play half-court basketball, but when you play the pace that these guys play.
They played 12 games compared to most teams.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to take leave of my responsibilities here and walk over and congratulate the team. I've done just about all I want to do with you fellas tonight. It's been a joy to work with you, but I'm going to go over and congratulate the Bethel Pilots. Thank you so much for what you've done to bring this back home to Indiana.
Well, Dennis, thank you very much as well. We enjoyed having you here.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations. Great night for you.
I'm going to go enjoy it.
Congratulations to the Pilots. Oregon Tech captains Matt Foster and Kevin Carlston now receiving the runner-up trophy to the cheers of their fans.
This is what you love about college basketball. What a great event it's been here tonight.
The Pilots of Bethel College.
There's a blender on this thing.
Trey G. Hirschberger.
The individual awards now will be presented to each member of the Bethel Pilots.
Ryan Bales had one heck of a basketball game tonight. That kid was all over the floor. He did it on both ends.
I mean, at his size, you'd say there's no chance he'd ever play beyond this level. But then you look around the NBA and see a guy like John Stockton, who's played 15 years, all-time assist leader, rugged defender. I mean, you see the same kind of spirit and heart in a player like Ryan Bales. Who's to deny him if he wants it?
And about the same size. You know, John Stockton was not a dominating college player, but boy, was he good. Well, I don't know if these kids are going to get much sleep tonight, but I bet the next couple of days they're going to get a lot of it.
It'd probably be a fairly quiet airplane ride.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Assistant coach, Rod Dunworth.
Those coaches look good in those hats. They almost match.
They do.
And assistant coach, Chris Hess.
Well, there will be a huge ovation for Mike Lightfoot.
Presentation of
Real class guy. Enjoyed visiting with him this afternoon and couldn't be happy for him.
Mr. Mike Lightfoot. Now, to make the presentation to the winning head coach on behalf of Sears is Bridget Becker, Sears manager from Boise. On behalf of the more than 300,000 Sears stores associates nationwide, congratulations, Bethel College, on your national championship. Sears and the National Association of Collegiate Directors of Athletics would like to present you with this Sport Champion Base made of Waterford crystal on behalf of your entire team's accomplishments. Accompanying the Sears Sport Champion Base is this $1,000 postgraduate scholarship that Sears and NACDA are proud to present your fine institution. This Sears Trophy and Scholarship are part of the Sears Collegiate Champions Program that honors women's and men's sports equally. Congratulations, Bethel College. The next awards are the championship trophy and champion shirts provided to the team base.
Here's the presentation of the trophy they've all been waiting for.
The presentation
And with that, we'll bid you happy St. Patrick's Day and congratulations, Bethel Pilots, 1998 champion of Division II NAIA basketball. Good night, everyone.